Hi and welcome to my channel. I'm Simon and welcome to the beginning of a new weekly reading vlog. As I'm recording this, it is Monday the 6th of September and I have been on Zooms all day long, zooming here, zooming there, zooming everywhere. It's now about 6 o'clock. I'm shortly going to be doing a premiere on my channel, which I'll link down below because it'll have gone live by now, of me and my mum discussing the shortlist for the Women's Prize in order of preference and predicting our winner. And this week in this reading vlog, I will be in London with my mum for the Women's Prize finale. I'm also going to Elizabeth Day's book launch, which is very exciting, and I'll be taking you along with me. So some of this week is really, really busy and some of it isn't. So, like a blockbuster movie, only nothing like a blockbuster movie, there will be flashbacks because, yes, I did say that I would be doing reading vlogs from Saturday through to the following Saturday, so that I could then put them live on Sunday. And that is what I will do, because on the quiet days where I'm on the train a lot, or days like today where I've been Zooming a lot, I will pop in some things from the weekend just gone, and also actually the weekend before, because my Auntie Caroline came to stay, my mum's little sister, one of my mum's little sisters, and we saw seals really close. It was just amazing. We walked out to the island in the middle of the estuary. Anyway, that will come probably later on, so stay for the seals. The other reason actually that I wanted to do this now and not film over the weekend is because I didn't really read over the weekend, and actually last week I had a bit of lots of work going on, lots of reading work going on, mini meltdown, so there was no vlog last week. If you're one of my patrons, you'll have heard more about that. And it also meant that I had to restart, well, I didn't have to, but I chose to restart Bookopoly. This month is Bookoplathon, which is run by Becca of Becca and the Books, who I adore. I'll link her down below. And she creates a Bookopoly board, which is like Monopoly, but with bookish prompts that you roll dice for and pick books based on the prompts here. And I had rolled an 8 last week on the 1st and got Gods, and I was going to read Gods of Jade and Shadow by Sylvia Moreno Garcia, and I just did not get around to it because I had to read some stuff very suddenly for work. I was just really, really busy with other work. I didn't, and so I thought, right, I'm going to stop. And actually the other reason that I didn't is because I don't know how you feel about this idea. I think what I'm going to do is do a reading vlog maybe in October or November where I read all of Sylvia Moreno Garcia's 4 hardbacks that have come out in the UK, which I have, because she's one of those authors that I feel like is going to be one of my favourite authors, just haven't read it yet. If you like that idea, let me know. Now, what I did do is roll some dice when I was recording my weekly Savage Shenanigans video for Patreon, and I shall share those rolls with you and then be back to tell you what I'm going to be reading. Okay, so let's do this first roll. It is 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I've just redone my chance cards. So what's the first one off here? Is The First Woman by Jennifer Nansuba McCumbee. So that is going to be my first read of Bookoplathon revamped. Let me get these again. Second, oh, sorry, I nearly broke my phone then. So we have another 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Who, question mark? I can't remember what that prompt means, but I shall look it up and let you know in a second. Now we have another roll. So this could be my last roll unless I get a double. Oh, a 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Opulent. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, Opulent. I was just checking I wasn't cheating and missing a chance. Opulent. I've been wanting to read this for ages. It won the Gelac Prize earlier this year. I think it's going to be brilliant. It's got myth and folklore in it, and so that's one of them. Now, I've asked my Patreons, I've given them 12 hours to pick a book that matches the Who prompt, which is basically a book that hardly anyone has mentioned on BookTube, or actually nobody's heard about, that you're going to read and find out more. So that's an interesting one. And the other one was Opulent, so a book with foiling on the cover, something really glam, something really gorgeous. So let's see what they come up with when I return tomorrow, because I need to get ready for this premiere so that I can chat with everyone about me and Mum's thoughts on the Women's Prize shortlist and our predicted winners. And then I'm off to go and see, speaking of Hollywood movies earlier and flashbacks, I'm going to go and see, I think it's Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, I think, which is new Marvel. I have not heard a bad word about it, so I'm really, really looking forward to that. And it's an origin story, which I really like, and I've heard there might be a dragon in it. There we go. That is the beginning of the reading vlog. a bit of a chatty one, sat where I normally sit, but I'll be on the move and here, there and everywhere for the rest of the week. And what I will do now is leave you with some snapshots from Saturday when I was with Pip and her fiance Andy and Chris, and we went to the Southport Food Festival. Hi everyone, it's Saturday the 4th and I'm in a pop star's house because we're having a day with Pip, and her fiance Andy is in a band called the Heavy North, and this is where some of that magic happens. They've been on the BBC radio and everything, played in the Echo Arena, all sorts. Anyway, we're having a day with them in Southport, but first of all we can come to nosy round Pip's house. We're up in the VIP area of Southport. What is it? A food and drink festival. It's with a pop star, Andy Horrocks. There's Pip, Pip's mum, Pip's dad, Chris and me. Morning everyone, it is Tuesday the 7th of September and I have just filmed my one in one out in this new yet not new t-shirt that I got in a charity shop this weekend. I have picked what I'm going to be packing because my patrons, it was hard for them to choose a book that was like who in terms of unknown authors or unknown books that I have on my shelves, because they don't have a list of every book on my shelf. Maybe I should put that on Patreon. Actually no, let's not do that. I didn't get very many responses for the gilded one, the opulent one either, because again they don't know what's on my shelves. So I have picked myself, and following on from The First Woman by Jennifer Nansabuga-Macumbi, which was part of my chance pile of books, I am going to read myths this week, I have decided, because when I was doing my one in one out I found this, which is Baba Yaga Laid an Egg by Dubravka Ogrezic, and this is based on folklore from Europe, and I like the idea of doing myths, legends and folklore and fairy tales as a reading vlog, potentially themed one accidentally. And so yeah, this is what I'm going to head to next. I've not heard anyone talk about this ever. I've had it on my shelves for ages. It's part of the Canongate Myth series. There we go. It's also in translation from Croatian. And I'm going to pack Ariadne by Jennifer Saint. You can't get much more opulent than that cover, and actually the proof, which I'm going to be taking with me, is yeah, equally opulent. And I should say, I'm not taking the finished version of this. I am of course taking the proof to batter around in my bag. So I am in danger of missing my train. I better go. I was going to try and record a Sky Arts Book Club extra this morning. I haven't had time, but what I will do, because really today's going to be just train footage until I get to the hotel later and see my mum, is share with you the car boot and flea market and charity shop delight that I did on the weekend, where I found this, but where I also found lots of lovely nana chic trinkets. You know that's my thing. So I'll leave you with that, but really I do need to go now because I really do need to pack. Let's get cracking, let's get packing. It's Sunday the 5th of September and we're at a car boot sale. My hair is wild with excitement.
Ready for bargains.
What are you hoping to find?
Knick-knack, bric-a-brac things.
Oh, anything specific?
No, little wooden trinkets.
I really want to find a nibbles dish that's from cut glass with a silver base. Wow. I've been looking for one for weeks and I can't find one.
Specific.
Very specific. Off we go. All my trinkets. The car boot wasn't very good, so we've come to sunny, beautiful Port Sunlight to do their flea market. Hi everyone, so I'm in my lovely room. I've actually had to change rooms because the first one was the bathroom. You had to sit on the loo in order to close the door to get in the shower. They're giving me a much bigger bathroom now. And actually I think this was the room I was meant to have. The one that I was in don't think was the one that I booked. Anyway, years ago I wouldn't have complained, but I've changed as a person. I've grown. Anyway, here in London, I've met Mum. She'd had a few cocktails. She's been to one of the Women's Prize events already. And as a surprise, she'd invited my stepsister, who I haven't seen for ages, to join us for cocktails. And then we're going to go out with her and her boyfriend and obviously my mum for dinner at a Greek restaurant. My mum likes Greek. She loves Greece. Anyway, that's that. And I haven't read anything because I spent the whole train journey listening to Fortunately with Flea and Jane Garvey, which I'm obsessed with, and I'm listening to from episode 1 all the way to the present again because I'm doing some events with them in the autumn. Well, it is autumn, but you know what I mean. So yeah, there's that. Ooh, filming! That's a nice, oh no it's not, that's my pants. I'm doing a Sky Arts Book Club Extra. In fact, actually, you can possibly see me. I'm doing a Sky Arts Book Club Extra. There's mirrors everywhere. Everywhere. Hi everyone, it is later on Wednesday the 8th of September. I am back from the hotel. I'm back at the hotel. Mum and I have been out. I was editing Sky Arts Book Club Extra, as you'll have seen earlier. It took me 3 hours, so please go and check out the Facebook group and validate my hard work. I'm not going to beg, but I sort of am. I did get a bit of reading done of The First Woman by Jennifer Nansavuga-Macumbi, and it's all about a young woman. Now I want to say her name right. She is called Kirabo, and she believes that she is a witch, and we're finding out more about that. It's the 1970s. She thinks she can fly, and yeah, it's setting the scene. She's also told a wicked tale about someone else in her family that people have reacted quite oddly to. So yeah, there's a myth already, which is kind of the wicked tale. And Mum and I went and had just a wander really. We went and had breakfast at Balance, then we went to Foyles, then we had a wander around Tiki Maxx because I need some underpants because I'd underpacked underpants. And then we went to the London Review of Books, and in Foyles actually I bought Hunter School by Sakinu Aronglong, and he is a Aboriginal Taiwanese author, and this is all about him. It's a fictional account of him finding out all about the nature of Taiwan and learning about his culture and history through animals, and it just sounded amazing. And I'd never heard of Honford Star as a publisher, but I'm going to be looking out because in Foyles there are quite a few amazing tables which had quite a few of these books on. So I tried this, and then I bought my mum 2 books. Didn't film that. She's vlogging, she's filming, so that's exciting. I need to get changed. I've done my ironing. And then it's time for the Women's Prize party. Very excited. Also a bit nervous because I haven't been to a big party for ages, but overall, very excited. Hi everyone, me and Mum are now at the Women's Prize party where the winner will be announced. Maggie O'Farrell will be celebrated for last year, and Mum's going to try and get some Vox Pops.
I am.
Some Pops and Vox. That's what's going to happen. Or this will be the end of it because we'll get drunk and have too much fun.
Speak for yourself.
Books, novels in particular, give us empathy. They help us to see the world in a different light. We all watch the news. We need to keep saying that women's voices matter. We need to know that things go backwards as well as forwards. And we need to keep publishing incredible novels so that every single woman, whoever she is, thinks she's got the right for her voice to be heard. Not someone else speaking for her, but all of the writers who want to put their stories down on paper.
I still find it really hard to believe that I've been awarded this prize, and I've had a year to get used to it, but I'm still not used to it. I know I'm a little bit biased, but the Women's Prize is one of my favourite prizes. And as a reader, it always defines my reading every year. It always adds interesting and challenging reads to the pile on my bedside table. Thank you all so much.
Hello everybody, so wonderful to see so many people here in the flesh. First of all, I'd just like to say, as I know we all appreciate, the Women's Prize has been a force for good for women's fiction for 26 years now, and it's been, you know, driven by Kate Moss and her team. And we must always appreciate the people behind the scenes who are making things happen. And this prize has just become such an occasion. But also, it's not just about the winners or the shortlisted authors or even the longlisted authors. It's about all the women writers out there whose reputations have been enhanced, who've been published even by the publishers because of this prize. So I think we should just acknowledge that. The book we chose was chosen because the writing is sublime, the storytelling is exceptional, and indeed the story is out of this world, literally. And we felt that we were reading something that we hadn't read before. It just felt completely fresh and original. And also, it's the kind of novel that we found lingers in your subconscious long after you've read it, that it has this really profound, lasting effect. So the winner of the Women's Prize for Fiction 2021 is Piranesi.
The first thing that someone said to me when I knew I was on the shortlist for the Women's Prize was that everyone on the shortlist is a winner. And I thought that was a lovely thing for them to say, but I thought that was all it was. I thought it was just one of those lovely, encouraging things that people say. And then I realised my mistake, because the amount of celebrating that the Women's Prize does for the shortlist, the interviews and the reading, is just fabulous. And I think we all felt celebrated, and we all felt that they had just absolutely done their best to put us there out in front of the public. I have loved being a shortlisted author, so thank you so much. And I think I will love this too, once I get over the shock. But according to Maggie, that I shouldn't expect that to happen for about a year.
Look who I found! It's the Sky Arts Book Club gang!
Women who are prizes.
Yes, women who are prizes. Yes, one of the judges.
Quite.
My mother's going to grill you about that in a minute.
Quite important. Where the real talent is. Where the real hot talent in the South is.
You've got 2 minutes now.
Okay, Andrew, what is your hottest read of the year? My hottest read of the year, I love The Vanishing Half. Did you? And also Magpie by Elizbeth. Did you? So lovely of you. I don't know where that came to me. It's just like out of the blue. I have to say, I have just finished that book. It is excellent. Well, I've just managed to acquire a copy. So and also The Vanishing Half, I think, was incredible. And Amazing Kingdom. And there's so many incredible books.
Hi Susanna, it's lovely to meet you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Can I ask you how you're feeling? I'm sure you'll be asked this many times, but
To be perfectly honest, I don't quite know how I'm feeling. I'm just in a complete spin at the moment. I walked up onto that stage in an absolute daze, shaking and not a little weepy. But I think I'm happy too. But I think I need to check that a bit later.
yes, it might take a while to sort of settle in. People talk often, don't they, about the power of reading. But I wanted to ask you about the power of writing. Because I don't think we talk about that much. What does the process of writing mean to you?
I find it very, very difficult not to be thinking of stories. I've done it my whole life. I did it as a child. I made up stories about the people I saw on television and told these stories to myself. And I just think I can't not be thinking of stories and imageries and these things. The actual writing is very difficult, but the sort of flow of stories is something else with me. But I've had chronic fatigue for several years, many years, explores and climbs up walls of statues and fishes for his supper. I could do endless things vicariously through him.
Right, so it's almost like an avatar.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's really
I was stuck on the sofa, but he was out there just walking, and that was wonderful.
Look who is stalking me.
Hi, I followed him to London.
Grace, what did you think of the winner?
Amazing. Very emotional, the speech actually. I said at the time that, you know, it's about my comfort zone, that book, but I do think it's really amazing that now, I mean, we're all happy.
I feel awful because Susanna had watched mine and my mum's video where I said I thought it was a bit gimmicky. I didn't actually mean the word gimmicky. I meant...
It's like short fiction that we're not used to.
I don't know, they just felt like it was a planned premise. That's a book. So anyway, we're having a lovely time. We're also trying to work out how we can do a collab for the Gordon Byrne Prize.
Not aware of the Gordon Byrne Prize, get to know. Great Girl Prize.
And you might want to come to the award ceremony.
Yes, you'll both do that.
We will.
Aside from on stage, I'll be sweating backstage with stress.
I'm dancing. I'm not talking about books, I'm just dancing. I was born to dance. You're going to see that in a minute, over there. It will happen.
And there ends my favourite night of the year. Favourite. Morning everyone. I was a little bit worried with those mirrors. You might be able to tell I've got no pants on. Anyway, moving on. It is Thursday the 9th of September. I have lost my voice quite a bit after last night. Lots and lots of fun, lots and lots of chatting with lots and lots of lovely people, and yeah, and got some footage with Mum, which you'll have seen a little bit of the interview that she's done with Susanna Clark, the winner. You can see all of that either if you're on my Patreon or over on Sky Arts Book Club Facebook group, because yeah, Mum was my roving reporter, which was lovely. We're gonna go meet her for breakfast in a little bit, and then she's off, and then I've got to work like a demon today, because then I'm off from tonight at 5:30 for a week and a bit, and then I'm seeing my mate Polly for a lovely dinner at Shack for You, which I love, before going to Elizabeth Day's book launch. So that is the plan. Yeah, my voice, honestly, ridiculous. Thumbs off. But you had a lovely time, didn't you?
I had an amazing time.
She's had the best time. And we see each other in about 3 weeks to go to what is going to be a concert that's going to be like a nightclub.
Indeed. And I'm going on a train, and that means I can get my book out, so
she's happy. Okay. She's happy. Okay. I've got to work, I've got to let Mum go, and then off to Elizabeth's book launch later.
Bye, Mum.
My parents, Tom and Christine, who switched off the video. Parents Tom and Christine aren't here, but are watching from France on Zoom. So, hello parents, thank you for being so lovely.
Hi everyone, it is Friday the 10th of September and I am home. I've got some post to open, so I thought I would talk to you while I did that. But before I do, I just want to say 2 nights out on the row. Oh, I don't know how people do it, or did it. I don't know how I used to do it. I can't fathom it. I'm absolutely shattered. So I sort of snoozed on the train, if I'm honest, quite early this morning, and I've just been sort of pottering around at home. Anyway, let's open these. Last night was lovely for Elizabeth Day's book launch. Before I went there, I went out for dinner with my friend Polly at what's it called? Shack for You, which I took Chris to the night before his 50th. Was it the night before? Yeah, the night before. Anyway, we went there. That was lovely. I forgot to film anything with Polly because we've been best friends since we were 4, but we haven't seen each other for like 2 years. So I'll just insert a picture here so that you can see the loveliness that is Polly and the loveliness of the time that we had. Let's pass in here. Oh, one that I just liked on Instagram. It's The Instant by Amy Liptrot, whose The Outrun I absolutely loved, and I think this is non-fiction again, and it's out in March 2022. I'm getting so excited by getting advanced books for next year. Oh, a book that I bought myself from Blackwell's, and without spoiling, I know is possibly my mum's favourite book of the year. It might be one of her favourite books of the last decade. I don't know if any of you have seen, if you're on Patreon, you will have. I keep mentioning Patreon, I don't mean to. It's just, there's been a lot of stuff on there recently because that's what it's there for. Anyway, when me and Mum were in Bath, she bought a copy of this, Marble, by Amelie Smith. And I was like, oh, I'd seen it and thought it was really her. It's all told in vignettes. It's translated from Dutch, I think, and it's about some marbles or sculptures that are found in Copenhagen that go back to Athens. And we follow, I think, the voice of it. Anyway, Mum apparently was telling me literally the other day that she cried towards the end of this. She thought it was so incredible. So I need to read this very soon because she's raving about it. So yeah, Elizabeth Day's event was really lovely. Saw Bernadine again. The team from Story Vault who produced the Scottish Book Club were there. So that was lovely to see all of them. And yeah, it was just a really, really, really nice night. I got to meet Fame Productions, who I'm doing some events with over the autumn. I'm hosting one event with Armistead Morpan and 3 events with Feet Glover and Jane Garvey. So that's really exciting in theatres. I'm a bit nervous about it because they are big, big theatres. Also, said hello to Stanley Tucci and Phoebe Waller-Bridge. So that was a moment. I can't open this one now. I can't open it here. But also, like, I bumped into like people who I've not seen for years. So that's been what's been really nice over the last few days. Oh, I asked for this and I'm really, really excited for it. It's Michaela Cole's Misfits, a Personal Manifesto. For those of you who don't know, Michaela Cole has created many, many amazing shows, including Chewing Gum, and then most recently, I May Destroy You, which I thought was utterly phenomenal. I'm so excited to have this and get ready for, oh, gorgeous. So yeah, oh, how am I going to sneak that into my reading? And that into my reading, and oh, it's too much, and that into my reading. Goodness me. Anyway, I'm on holiday now. I'm going to go and do some reading before Chris gets home. Then we're going to stop in front of the telly. And that is all for today. I'll be back tomorrow. Hi everyone, it's Saturday, as you'll have known, because I've inserted a clip of Mildred, because I'm trying to keep on it with the vlogging and keep going as I go, if that makes sense. Now, what I'm not really getting on very well with, sadly, is my reading. I was so excited about The First Woman by Jennifer Nancy Bigum. It's why I put it as one of my picks for the chance cards, but after enjoying it to begin with, it's kind of falling a bit flat for me, and I feel very distanced from it, even though I should be really, really into it. So it tells of Kirabo, who is a young woman who thinks she's a witch. She thinks she can fly, and so she goes to talk about it to a woman deemed as the local witch, who is also kind of an enemy of her grandfather, and she lives with her grandmother and grandfather, and there's a little bit of mystery around, well, a lot of mystery around who her mother is. So she goes to see this witch, and they start to build sort of a relationship, I guess, in terms of almost like another grandmotherly figure, which I actually think she might be. I hope that's not a spoiler. It kind of intertwines lots of Ugandan folklore or myths. I should say the book's set in the 70s. Now, that's one issue that I have a little bit, because the folklore is quite vague on occasion, and it's almost just hinted at. We don't get like full folk tales. And at the same time, the 70s in which it's set isn't quite coming to the fore. And I feel a little bit like, and this happens sometimes with authors, that Jennifer Nancy Bigum knows it so well, she forgets you as the reader might not know it as well. And so sometimes it doesn't get quite the depth or introduction that it might need. But also she wants to tell the story of Kirabo and her mother, who we know nothing about. So that's where we've got to. We've got to the end of the first part, which is called The Witch. And I was going to try, and that's like 100 pages. And I was going to try part 2, The Bitch, but I'm just not in the mood for it. And I don't know whether it's me or the book or what. I loved Manchester Happen though, so I am a tiny bit disappointed. So I think I'm going to put it down, have a little bit of a breather, and then start on Baba Yaga Laid an Egg by Dubravka Ogrezic and see how I get on with that instead. In the interim, I shall leave you with some footage, because I'm not doing anything else today, of me and Chris and my Auntie Caroline when we went to go and see the aforementioned, right at the beginning of this vlog, seals that I promised you. Not last weekend, the weekend before. It was such a treat, and the seals were amazing. So yeah, I'll report back on this later.
To Liverpool, and they would raise the flag of the ship, which was then visible to Liverpool, and the traders would know that their shipment had arrived.
And what's it called in Liverpool?
I'm just listening to your history lesson, Chris.
No, I like it. I'm
Flag
loving it.
exchange or so, exchange flags.
Millie, what are you doing? Millie? What are you doing? Morning everyone, it's so early, it's dark, I can't speak. It's so early, you can't see Chris because it's not long after 6 and we're off to a bargain hunting expedition to a car boot sale somewhere in Wales. So that is
it Wales?
the plan. Chirk's Wales, isn't it?
I think it might be like Shropshire.
Don't ruin the magic, Chris. Wales, it's Wales. Anyway, there we look, you can see a little bit more of me now and a little bit more of Chris. Off we go. I forgot to say that it is Sunday, the 12th of September. Car boot sales are generally on Sunday, and for those of you in America, they're like a garage sale at the back of your car, but there's about 100 cars in one field. Mildred, I'm not having cake. I don't know if you can see, but I am in a rocking chair that I bought at the car boot today for a whole £12. I'm going to wrap this vlog off here. I'm going to do a little quick roundup, which first of all is, gosh, this is a very yellow setting. I want to say velo, very yellow setting, isn't it? I read the first part of The First Woman by Jennifer Nansbury and sadly didn't enjoy it very much. I've decided it's a DNF for now, not a DNF forever. So I might try the second part at some point in the next week or so, but I'm away next week, or this week as this goes live. I then forgot to tell you anything about Baba Yaga Laid an Egg by Dubravka Ugrezic. I have not read much of this, but I'm going to curl up with it this afternoon. I think this vlog is long enough, otherwise I would try and squeeze this one in, but you'll be able to see more of my thoughts on that one in my wrap-up, because there will be a September wrap-up. There isn't going to be an August one, I've decided, because it was all mainly workbooks, and some of the books I've read, the event hasn't happened yet, so I don't want to talk about them until it has, or it hasn't even been recorded yet. It's a pre-recorded event for Durham Book Festival, so I'll wait until after that has. And then some of them are Frank magazine books, and that hasn't come out yet because that got delayed, so there we go. But one book that I am absolutely loving, that I don't think I even mentioned once, is Brazen by Penelope Baggio. I am reading it because my Patreons picked this as my first read for September, and I'm absolutely loving it. It is graphic non-fiction, and each woman that kind of is, their story is told and brought to the fore, gets a few pages, and they look like kind of comic strips. Let me show you. I'm just trying to get to my favourite one so far, which is about the actress who played the Wicked Witch of the West. Sorry, that was a lot of me looking down. There you go. It's kind of comic-y, but then you get these amazing, and I really, really want a print of this. I have this on my wall somewhere. I mean, how gorgeous is that? So I'm reading a few of these every day, and I think actually I'm still feeling the ripples of my book funk, and I think that might be what happened with this, but I need to read things that are just really, really grabbing me instantly, and that one didn't, so I'm holding off. This is kind of blowing my mind, so let's see how we go with it. I'll report back in due course. And Ariadne, which I haven't got to from my roles, I will take away with me on holiday, along with whatever 4 or 5 roles, I haven't quite decided which, I do for my holiday TBR, which you'll see in another video soon. But yeah, there we go. That's that. Hope you've enjoyed this vlog. We've been a lot of places in the last week, and with some flashbacks as we thought. And actually, there was some footage today from a viaduct that I haven't. In fact, we went to 2 aqueducts and 1 viaduct that we've been to today that I'm holding off until next week, because I'm planning in the next week to literally switch off and relax and just read in the wilderness. And so that might be possibly quite samey, so I might insert the aqueduct footage then. What a treat for you all. Oh, another thing that I haven't shown you is the bookcase, the revolving bookcase that I got in an antique centre today, or any of the knick-knack and bric-a-brac that I bought, but I'm going to save that again. Tease you with it. I'll save that for next week's vlog. Anyway, let me know in the comments down below what you thought of this vlog, what you'd like to see in vlogs going forward, and if you got this far, leave me, on the note of an aqueduct, a emoji of a boat. I will speak to you all soon. Bye.